This is the plaintiff, Ali Malik. He says he rented a room from the defendant and got delayed on his move-in date by a few days. The defendant couldn't deal with that for some reason and told him the deal was off. Problem is, she thinks she's entitled to keep his security deposit. What? He's suing for $890, the amount he's due. This is the defendant, Cheryl Elliott. She says the plaintiff seemed like a nice guy, but didn't show up on the agreed move-in date. He kept calling every day for about a week, saying he was moving in, and then not showing. She ultimately lost faith in him and told him the deal was off. He's caused her to miss out on a month's rent, so she's definitely allowed to keep his security. She's accused of calling it off. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $935.43 for 1 month's rent and lost wages.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
You guys give all kinds of newfangled names to stuff, and at the end of the day, what this $650 was going to be applied to what?
Yes, it secures the apartment for him.
But you want to keep it, so you're calling it a hold. You know, that's not how it works.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff had a deal to move into the defendant's crib. Now, he got delayed by a few days, and then the defendant said the deal was off, and she's keeping his security. But the defendant says he's a slacker and cost her plenty. It's the case of you delay, you pay.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Mr. Malik, you are suing Ms. Elliott for $890 that you say she owes you and refuses to repay you, correct?
That's correct.
Tell me what's going on here.
I rented a room from her. I was coming from Michigan, and I told her that I will be honoring her word because I can't come down to New York just to look at the place, and she said that's fine with me. We basically agreed on the whole thing. She said the rent is $650, and she needs a first month rent, security deposit, and the last month rent.
Okay.
The rent was from month to month, and basically she said that once you move in, all I need is a security deposit from you as of right now. But once you move in,
you got to come up with first month and last month.
Yep.
Okay. So that works fine. So far, so good, right? Mm-hmm. So do you send her the security deposit?
I sent her the security deposit.
And when did you do that?
On the 12th.
Of what month?
January.
Okay. And you wired it?
Yep.
Okay. So you're supposed to come in what day?
Around 16th.
Okay, you're supposed to come in on the 16th, and then that'll be your first rent date. In other words, your rent will be due every 16th of the month. That's the idea?
The rent was due on the 1st of the month.
Okay. So
$650 was the security deposit that she kept.
Right, I got that. But I want to know what your agreement is with her about when you're going to pay the first month's rent and the last month's rent.
Once I moved in.
All right. And the first month's rent was going to be what, half a month's rent now?
From 16th till the 31st.
And then the last month's rent would be a full month's rent?
Yep.
Okay.
And the security deposit.
You do say that you were supposed to be here on the 16th of January. Were you in New York on the 16th of January?
I wasn't.
What happened?
Something came up and the plan got delayed. And I kept her in touch with her, told her what the plan was. And
what was the plan? What had the plan now become?
I told her that I will be coming in the next 2 or 3 days. And I kept in contact with her till the day I was on the road. And when I was on the road, she said...
Okay, were you driving from Michigan?
Yep.
And what day did you tell her I'm on the road?
19th.
And
yep.
what did she say to you?
She said, you can't move in anymore because you took a long time to decide, and I have bills to pay.
Okay. Now, and then you say, fine, just give me my security deposit back.
And she said, no, that's mine. I'm not going to give it to you.
That's mine. I'm not giving it to you.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Ms. Elliott, what's going on?
We had an agreement.
And what was the agreement you two had, according to you?
The agreement we had was that he would send me $650 originally to hold the apartment to take his room off the market. Then he was going to...
Well, but those $650 was for a security deposit, correct?
Yeah, it's a hold deposit. So I hold the apartment.
I don't know what hold deposit... You guys give all kinds of newfangled names to stuff, and at the end of the day, this $650 was going to be applied to what?
Yes, it secures the apartment for him.
But you want to keep it, so you're calling it a hold deposit. You know, that's not how it works. All right, the $650 is supposed to be security deposit. All right, then what happens? The agreement about when he's going to pay first month and last month is when?
It's the 16th.
So he is supposed to start renting as of the 16th of January.
Yes.
And that is his testimony too. And then
yes.
Was first month, how were you going to do that? You're going to prorate that first month?
Yes, half the month and then the last month.
All right, and then the last month.
Right.
Now, on the 16th, does he come?
No.
No, he does not. Does he call on the 16th?
He calls and says that he will be there tomorrow.
The 17th?
And every day.
And what do you say?
And every day I say, I need the money.
And
I
he
need
says,
to know that
don't worry, I'll be there tomorrow.
Right. Until the point comes where one day he says, okay, he'll wire the rest of the money.
Okay, but now it's the 17th. Is that the day he says that, or is it later than that?
No, the 17th is a Tuesday.
Okay.
And that's, I was supposed to have money in there already, and it wasn't there.
It was supposed to be wired on the 17th?
He was supposed, yeah. And then the 18th, the same thing was the case. And then on the 18th, I told him this was causing big problems because I owed money to other people. And I had made promises based on what he had said. And he had said he was going to be there on the 16th. So then he says that absolutely all the money's going to be in my account the next day. So the 19th, I noticed that there's still no money in there. And also he didn't call me. Then on the 20th, which is a Friday, which is a week after we first started all this. He had actually contacted me originally on a Thursday, so it's seven days basically that this has been going on. And I have to pull the plug because the first time he did what he said he was going to do. So that's what gave me, good graces to let him go ahead, and I believed him in the beginning.
Well, that and you got $650 wired into your account.
Well, that's true too.
It's not that good karma that's flowing through the earth thing. It's $650 in your account.
Yes, but I believed him.
But then the money stopped coming and the karma stopped flowing.
And it kept being that what he said he was going to do, which was come,
I understand.
did not
So
happen.
then on the 20th, you said,
Right.
I'm not holding this anymore. You've said you're going to wire it. Now, is it accurate that you were saying, I'm wiring it?
On the 18th, I told her.
Because she doesn't look like the kind of patient woman who'd say, no problem, just come when you can. She's clearly counting on that money, to pay her other bills. I can tell, you can tell, and the fact that she rented it out so fast after that proves it. So why is it that you didn't wire the money or have someone from Michigan wire the money or home or somewhere else wire the money so that you could hold the apartment? Nobody really cares when you show up. The problem in this case was when your money showed up.
Right.
And you had an obligation to pay the money on the 16th, and you didn't. You didn't pay on the 16th, nor the 17th, nor the 18th, nor the 19th, according to her, nor the 20th. My question to you now is this. She says that you were promising to wire the first month and last month. Mm-hmm. Did you promise to wire the first month and last month?
No, there was no promise like that. On the 17th.
Was there a promise like something else?
No, on the 17th, like ever since I told her that, I'm getting late, I'm not going to be showing up on the 16th, I'm not going to be showing up on the 17th, she never even mentioned the money till the 18th.
And when she mentioned it on the 18th, what did she say?
I said, I will mail it to you the next
Mail it?
Like I'll
Snail mail? Or
I'll
wire it?
Wire it the next day. But,
and then knowing that she's getting all that money the next day, you're telling me she ran out and just pulled the plug? I'm not buying that.
He didn't wire, now she's wired. Will the defendant be entitled to keep the security? Judge Million rules next.